Lighting, green has turned to red, which means I'm recording. Got caught out the other day. I was doing a mental update. The Nautilus Hospital, by the way. Oh, I was doing a piece to camera, and I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I'm double checking now. Red, REC, record. Flat cap. Trying to put a different one on. This is the one of the Amazon's $2.95 or something like that. They were got about 3 of them. 1, 2. Got one here somewhere. Yeah, one there, that one there. Don't know if you can see it. 3 of them, $2.95 each. They were. Jackson tenner. Another Jackson a tenner. That one. Don't remember how much that cost me. And my Greenwood one, which you'll see in a few of my walkabout videos, which I got downstairs. Very first flat cap I bought in Colwyn Bay, in a tailor's in Colwyn Bay. Very first one I bought in the mid-80s, that was. So anyway, obviously, basically, flat cap and a cold one. Lighting's about right. So there's the cold one, there's the flat cap. So here we go. Many thanks too for the comments saying how a lot of you like this series of flat cap and a cold one. It could be I've just got something to talk about, I've just got something to say, I've got something to moan about. Which is not like me to moan, is it? Alright then. But it could be anything. But it's basically, obviously, so anyway, it's a flat cap and a cold one. And what I'm going to talk about in this, a flat cap and a cold one, following on from the last video, I've had a few people saying about Loveling Garage. I used to live in the flat. Well, that's where I grew up, in the flat in Loveling Garage. And I did a video about the Brit next door, which was the paint store and what have you. And the showroom, the old garage, and then the actual attic, the flat above the garage. And I've talked all about that, explained it, and it's haunted as well too, by the way, just in case I never mentioned it. And it is haunted. Joking apart, that place is actually haunted. That is a genuine haunted house. But that aside, what is at the back? I've been asked. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Not so much a garden, but it was on. It's in 3 tiers. Shall we say? It's a bit different now. Regulars, if you live in Denbigh, if you go to Morrison's car park and you look up, you'll see the back of Loveling Garage. But that's not how it used to be when I was there, when I was a kid. They've made alterations and what have you, but it was on 3 tiers. You'd come out of the kitchen, the back door, and there'd be steps coming down the side of the building. And on the bottom of that building, bottom of the stairs, I should say, or steps, was a door. If you went through that door, that's the back of the garage. The ramp would be on your left. You'd be in the garage. And then if you went around the bottom of the steps, bottom of the steps there, turn right and go in a straight line. There was another door. If you went through there, that was the back of the showroom. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, if you see earlier videos, you'll know the sort of layout. I'm talking about the back now. And it was on 3 tiers. It used to come out, actually show you, like that. It used to slope down, like that. It used to slope down. And then Bryn Funnon was right at the back fence. And it should drop down into Bryn Funnon. And at the back, we used to have, over the years, oh, by the way, the cold one, probably see that, it's a carnet. It's like a menagerie. We used to have hens, chickens. Always had chickens there. Chickens, ducks, geese, boxer dogs. There wasn't any Alsatians. We used to have an Alsatian up in the top in the old garage. We used to have boxers in the old garage as well. But we had an Alsatian which used to live, well, we had a few Alsatians, or German Shepherds I think they call them now, don't they? In the top part, above the bottom part of the showroom, which is the old garage, used to call it. But there was always chickens. And going way back when I was a small kid, at the bottom, if you go down by Rudy's, if you're a regular, you'll know, regular, not regular, local, or a regular really, to my videos, you know where Rudy's is. If you start going down Swine Market, and you've got Rudy's on your left, there was an opening there, and it was just a flat. We used to call it the car park. But it's old people's homes and flats and things there now. But that was all just clear. And what was in there, as you turned in, going about 50 yards on your right, there was an old long shed, and there was chickens in there, layers, hens, you know, they used to lay eggs, and they were our chickens. But everyone used to go there early in the morning. People used to go there and nick the eggs, used to pinch the eggs. There'd be, I don't know, about 10, 12 chickens, something like that in them, and they were all laying, you know. But you'd go there, you had to be first light to get any eggs, otherwise the people would go there and it'd all be stolen. And there were our chickens. We also had chickens in the actual back garden as well. Like I say, it used to 3-tier. The chickens were right down the far end towards the Bryn Funnel. And I used to have my ferrets. I used to have the ferrets in the back end of the showroom. And also, as you look at it, there's a piece sticking out with the paint shop. They've taken that away now. There was an Apex in the garage I'm talking about now. Big, large buildings sticking out, but they flattened that off now. But above that, you could see the apex of the roof, and that would be the paint shop, not the spray shop, I should say, where they used to spray cars. And underneath that was a small room, shall I say, and you used to get to it from the second layer, shall I say, you go like that, to the second layer. And that's right, I used to have ferrets in there, and then the chickens were right down the bottom, and then the geese, we used to have geese there. Outside of, you know, where this building's protruded out, we had geese, and then I moved my ferrets then to the other side of the smithy, the old smithy, shall I say. And then where my ferrets were, it was full of geese. There was about, I think it was about 6, 7, 8 geese in there. And then we had ducks and chickens. We always had chickens, as well as in that shed in that car park. But in the back as well, they used to scratch, called scratch for worms and or whatever, things like that. They used to just roam free. Always had chickens. And I remember one morning, it had snowed. You know, you look it out the day before and you see all the chickens everywhere. And then the next morning you look out and it was thick snow. There's no chickens. All the chickens had been buried. So we had to go down with little shovels like trowels and dig the chickens out. We should try and find them. You know, the chickens had just got buried in snow. But they all survived, not a single chicken died. They all survived the snow, and they were buried under probably about a foot of snow, something like that. So it spent, I don't know, we spent ages digging out the chickens. And then we had boxes. We had pigeons as well. Pigeon lofts has been in the back there. Massive pigeon loft. There must have been, well, the actual pigeon loft must have been probably about 30 foot by about 12 feet, say, by about, I'm 6 foot, probably about 10 feet high. Massive pigeon loft. And boxers, we still have there. Boxer dogs, kennels. But the Alsatians weren't in the back. The Alsatians we used to have up in the showroom. I'm trying to think, is there anything else we had there? God, it's like a zoo, like a menagerie. Chickens, yeah. Always chickens. Boxer dogs, and I used to have my ferrets, like I said earlier, but I moved them from the under the spray place. But yeah, if you're a local, you go to Morrison's car park and you look across, you can see the back end of Leveling Garage. But yeah, there was all animals and chickens and ducks and geese and everything at the back there. So I hope that has answered one or two questions and it's given me something to talk about. So it's another flat cap in the cold one, so I'll see you in the next one.